The studio time check is 6 o'clock. Good evening and glad to have you joining us on the national news from Baz 99.3 FM, a place where entertainment meets humanity. First, the headlines. In preparations for Oshingoba election, Oni blesses Swagger campaign, comments Tinubu's reforms. President Tinubu directs security agencies to hunt criminals who killed 30 in Kaduna State. On business news, BOI seeks stronger domestic capital to drive Nigeria's development agenda. In the exciting world of sports, talking NPFL, Kano Pillars set to sign goalkeeper Obasa from Remo Stars. My name is Bamidupe Kolawole. Please stay tuned as we go through details of the news shortly. Many thanks for staying tuned. Now the news in detail. The permanent chairman of Southern Nigerian Traditional Rulers Council, Arole Odua Olofin Adimula, and the natural head of the Odua race worldwide, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Eniton Gowosi, CFR Ojaja II, has received leaders of the Southwest Agenda for Shiwaju Swagger at the Asians Oni Palace in Ile-Ife, where he offered royal blessings for the group's campaign activities ahead of the 15th of August governorship election in Osun State, and commended the reform agenda of President Bola Tinubu. According to a statement issued today by the senior media officer Oni Palace, Sadiq Lawal, on behalf of the Director of Media and Public Affairs Oni Palace, Otumba Moses Olafari, the delegation, led by the national chairman of Swagger, Senator Adedayo Adeyeye, had yesterday paid a courtesy visit to the foremost African monarch to seek his ancestral blessings before the official launch of the group campaign in Oshogbo and rally support for the All Progressive Congress governorship candidates, Asiwaju Muniruddin Bola Oyebamiji. Welcoming the delegation, the Oni praised members of Swagger for their unity, political maturity, and peaceful disposition, describing their conduct as worthy of emulation. In another development, Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji has named some newly constructed government buildings after former governors of the state in recognition of their contribution to the development of the state. The former governors honored with a gesture are Ayodele Fayoshe, Shegoni, and Kayode Fayemi. The special advisor to the governor on media, Yinka Oyebode, disclosed this in a statement made available to newsmen in Ado-Ekiti, the state capital, today. Oyebode stated that two of the buildings named after the immediate past governor, Dr. Fayemi, and the former governor, Chief Fayoshe, are scheduled for commissioning on Friday, the 31st of July 2026, and Monday, the 3rd of August 2026, respectively. Another building named after former governor Shegoni is at an advanced stage of completion and is slated for commissioning in October. The inauguration of this project signals the commencement of another phase of project inaugurations by Governor Oyebanji as he rounds off his first term and prepares for the inauguration of his second term in office as governor. President Bola Tinubu has directed the armed forces, police, and relevant intelligence agencies to track down the perpetrators of the barbaric attack in Nauru local government area of Kaduna State. The attack, which took place in the early hours of yesterday at Naridon village in Kamaru Ward, Karu local government area of Kaduna State, led to the gruesome murder of about 30 people, including women and children. The president condemned the cowardly attack that not only claimed the lives of innocent citizens, but also led to the burning down of their houses. In a statement by spokesperson Bayo Ononuga, President Tinubu described the assault as an unprovoked act of terror against defenseless people. In another report, Plateau State Police Command has arrested 4 suspects in connection with alleged mob torture and killing of a judge just-based model, Ibrahim Mbaya, popularly known as IB, while efforts are ongoing to apprehend two other fleeing suspects. The command's public relations officer, DSP Alfred Alabo, disclosed this while parading the suspects on just today, saying the arrests followed intelligence received from a good Samaritan who alerted the police that a young man has been rushed to the hospital in critical condition after a brutal assault. According to Alabo, the victim later succumbed to injuries sustained during the attack, prompting an intensive investigation by detectives. He explained that the police moved swiftly after receiving the information, leading to the arrest of the three initial suspects before a fourth suspect was subsequently apprehended. Up next is the business news. The Bank of Industry (BOI) has reaffirmed that mobilizing domestic capital has become imperative to financing Nigeria's development priorities as policymakers, development finance institutions (DFIs), and multilateral partners converge to chart a path towards sustainable economic growth. Speaking at the 6th Annual Conference and General Assembly of the Association of Nigerian Development Finance Institutions, themed Unlocking Domestic Capital for Development Financing, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Bank of Industry and Chairman of ANDFI, Dr. Olashopo Lucy, said Nigeria must increasingly rely on domestic resources to fund critical sector as access to long-term global development finance becomes more constrained. According to Olusi, the conference theme reflects one of the country's most pressing economic priority, adding that as access to long-term global development capital becomes increasingly constrained, mobilizing domestic resources is no longer simply desirable, but very essential. In the exciting world of sport, Benin Republic goalkeeper Hobasa Debi is nearing a move to Nigerian Premier Football League side Kano Pillars. Obasa is already training with Sai Masugida amid speculation over his future. The short stopper is determined to remain in the NPFL following Remo Stars relegation last season. Obasa is also hoping to reunite with head coach Daniel Ogumodete at the Kano Pillars. Recall that he won the NPFL title with Remo Star during 2025 and 2026 season. And that's been the national news from Buzz 99.3 FM. Please do stay tuned as I bring you more interesting programs, all lined up for your listening pleasure. My name is Bamidupe Kolawole. Good evening to you.